What's up, everybody? Joker 1014 here. Sorry I haven't been doing any videos lately for at least a couple days. I know they're little short spurts of videos. Just been working a lot of hours at work, and the days I have off, I've been trying to get vehicles ready to go for winter. And so we did a brake job on the Trailblazer because it needed it. Um, had some issues with the passenger side caliper where the bleeder wouldn't come out of it, so we finally heated it up and got the bleeder out so we can bleed the brakes. And then I had to run to the part store twice yesterday. First time I went there, got my brakes and a rotor for the passenger side because one of the brake pads were pretty bad. Somehow it got shifted and it wore at the top instead of wearing together. So um, it ended up eating up the rotor right here. If you can see the rotor, it's got a nice groove in it. Right where my finger is, that's all tore up. So instead of going in and getting these rotated, I just went ahead and just slapped a new rotor on it. I would have bought both sides new rotors, but man, parts are expensive anymore. They're so expensive. Like just for one rotor, it's $100. It's crazy. So between rotors and brakes for both sides, you're looking at like $220, almost $300. It's just crazy on how prices went up. And you know, people like me, and there's probably quite a few people out there. The reason why I don't take my vehicles to a shop and have them do it, because let's see, time you pay for your parts, labor is about $85 an hour. So think about taking your vehicle to a shop, to a certified mechanic shop, right? You go to the shop and you just want brakes done. You want new pads, and that's it, new pads. And then when you come back to pick up your vehicle, you have new pads, new rotors, and new calipers. And you're wondering why your bill is $700-800, almost $1,000, right? Well, when the customer comes to me and says, "Hey, I just want brake pads put on," okay, no problem. I can do that. If I start tearing into the vehicle and I realize this customer will need um, a new rotor, I will literally call the customer, have him come back over, and be like, "Hey, look, I just tore these off. These are what your rotors look like. Would you like to go ahead and replace them so they can be done and over with? Or I can take them to my Napa store where sometimes I go. I can take them over to Napa and have them turned for you. What would you like to do?" That customer will probably 90% of the time will look at me and be like, "How much would it cost me to turn them?" Well, it will probably cost you $40 for each rotor. And normally when I take my rotors over, it will be about $40, $20 each. For one, I know the guy who does it, so I get a discount. And for two, I bring him customers. That's why everybody says I'm loyal, because if you scratch my back, I'm going to scratch yours. If uh, you bring me customers, I'm going to bring you customers. So then I made the customer happy. He just wanted brakes. He just wanted pads put on. So I ended up putting new pads on, and I got his rotors turned for him for 40 bucks, $20 a piece, and he was happy for it. See what I'm saying? So I do the same with my vehicle. Well, as you can tell, my brake job that I had to do, I had to fix a lot of parts. So that's why I don't take stuff to a shop. I rather be honest with my customers. And I'm not saying there's no garages out there who are honest, but in my hometown, there are a couple garages. You will go in, do a brake job, you come back, pick up your vehicle, and you got a bill for almost $1,000 because they went ahead and did your rotors. They went ahead and did your calipers. They went ahead and instead of trying to easily try to figure out how to get that bleeder out where you bleed your brakes, they will literally be like, oh yeah, it's just not coming out. Oops, I snapped it off. Well, now I gotta order one. Gotta order a caliper. Whoops, my bad. Oh well, the customer will pay for it. And now you're paying for a new caliper. And normally the mechanic will sit there and say, oh, well, it was so rusted when I went to go try to bleed the brakes, it just broke. It just broke off. So now that customer's mad because he don't have enough money because the economy sucks. He gets all these taxes taken out of his paycheck and he lives paycheck by paycheck. So now instead of paying a $200 bill, now he's got a $400 bill or a $500 bill on top of whatever else they fixed on that car. And now he has to try to come up with that much money to get it fixed. When they already quoted him, it was going to cost him already $200. That's with labor and the parts he brought to him, to the shop. There's a lot of people out there who will go out and buy the brakes and take it to a mechanic and say, here, I bought the brakes, but I just need you to put them on because I don't know how to do it. Here you go. Normally that mechanic will sit there and be like, oh, well, you didn't buy the right brakes, so we had to send those back and get the correct brakes, when technically you bought the right brakes. And the reason why I know some of this is because I used to work for a guy for a short period of time at a shop here in my hometown, and he told me, and I was there for a month because I did not like how he treated his customers. I'm not saying he treated customers bad, but he did rip those customers off. And what he would do, he would bring a car in, customer would be like, hey, the front brakes are, hopping a little bit, and it just don't feel right. It just don't feel right. So you would take it out, test drive it. I went on a couple test drives with him. He sat there and he's like, yeah, it's the brakes. So when we get back to the shop, order a set of brakes, and if he needs a rotor or whatever, go ahead and order that. Okay, no problem. Well, the rotors were bad. The brakes were definitely bad because they was pretty much metal to metal. So we fixed that. I fixed it. And I remember going home, and the next day the customer came and picked his car up. And the bill was about $300. And when that customer came and picked his car up, I went to go to collect the money from the customer and told him the price of the bill, and the bill was $500. And I'm sitting there going, wait a second, why is the bill $500? Well, at that time, back then, I think, if I remember right, the guy was only charging $55 an hour. And that's labor. And plus you got your mate, your stuff, your air, your lights and stuff, and you put that in another column. So, and then whatever else he charged them. Well, he charged them for a new axle, new lug nuts, and a couple other things. I think a new valve stem. And I thought that was wrong because he didn't call the customer. He just did it. If I was going to work for someone, I'd rather work with someone who's honest, who'd rather take the time to pick up the phone and call that customer and it's like, hey, your brakes were bad, yes, but your CV axle is about ready to fall out and we need to get it fixed like now. Could you come in so I can show you what's wrong with this axle? I know it's out of your way, but I really would like you to take a look so we can be on the same page. So what he did not do is something what I would do. I was taught by my stepdad, because he owned his own business and he still owns his own business. You make sure if there's something a customer comes in and just wants done to that vehicle, you do it. But if you think something else needs to be done and it's something serious and you feel not comfortable letting that car leave the garage, you call the customer, you have the customer come in, you sit down, you talk to them, you point out what's going on with that, and you guys come to an agreement on if you should fix it or leave the car safely at the shop, so when they do have money to fix it, you have another vehicle they can drive home so they can still get back and forth to places, doctor's office, doctor's appointments, hospital, grocery store, pharmacy, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Or taking the kids to school. That's how I would have done it. But the guy I worked for didn't do it that way. He did not do it that way. He rather fix the car and then charge them a big bill and be like, oh, it needed this, this, this. What's the customer going to do? Be like, oh, I'm not going to pay it? No, they're going to pay it. And they're going to drive their car off. And then they're going to bitch to other people. And those other people are going to be like, oh, what garage was it? Oh, it's this garage? Okay, well, I'm not going there. And guess what? I told that dude face to face. I was like, dude, I'm not working here no more because you just ripped off 4 customers and I do not like how you do business. Well, that's how you make your money. You just go ahead and fix it. What are they going to do? They can't not pay the bill. They're going to have to pay the bill. And I'm like, no, I'm not working for you. I rather work with someone who is honest. I rather be employed with someone who's going to be honest. And if I'm going to be honest with the customer to get business to come to you, you're going to be honest with the customer so that car can leave so we can get paid on good terms, not bad terms. I'm the type of person, if I'm going to work for a company, I want to work for a company to help them grow, not fall flat on their face 6 months later. He was only open for a year before I started. When I went and worked for him for a month, I told him, I guarantee you the next 3 months you will be shut down because I guarantee you're not going to get customers coming in here because someone will find out what you're doing, and guess what? They're going to tell everybody because you can make flyers, you can make business cards, you can put your name on the website, you can do everything. But the best way to draw customers in to your business is to be honest with them so they can go and tell a friend, hey, go to this guy. He's cool. He's honest. He will pick up the phone and call you and tell you that, even though you took a car to get a brake job done, but if he sees something else wrong with the car and he don't feel safe for it to leave, he will call you and have you come and look at it and sit down with you and figure out a plan on how much it's going to cost, or he can shop around for you and he will get you the cheapest part possible since the economy sucks. That's how I like to run a business. I like to be honest. And that's how I like to run my YouTube channel. I like to be honest. This is how I bring people to subscribe to me because I'm honest, I'm true, I talk from the heart, I don't talk out of my ass. So here soon, and I was told from another YouTuber that I should be able to go live. So I'm hoping I can try to go live and do a test run on the live. And if it goes through, then hopefully next Friday or Saturday, I can answer everybody's question on a live feed. So I'm hoping that if I can go live, and I'm going to try to do a test run on it, if I can go live, I'm hoping next Friday or Saturday I will put out a message to all my subscribers of when I'm going to go live. So hopefully Friday or Saturday of this coming up week, I can go live for all of you guys, so you guys can ask me questions, interact with me, and I can interact with you all. But with that being said, that's what I did today. I worked on my vehicle. I told you guys my experience, why I don't take my vehicles to a shop. And what else did I do this weekend? Worked on vehicles this weekend. I worked Friday night. Normally I have Fridays off, but I worked for a little bit Friday night. What else did I do? And that's about it. I just worked on vehicles this whole weekend. Today's Sunday, and I just worked on vehicles. My cousin came over and helped me. So, cuz, if you're watching this, thank you for your help, helping me on the Trailblazer. I appreciate it a lot. It meant a lot to me. Thank you for coming over and helping me on that, even though you didn't have to, but I appreciate you. That was a big help. Wife, if you happen to watch this, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It helped a lot. I had a couple people help me this weekend, and it helped a lot, even though I got agitated Friday with the vehicle and put the brakes on and still didn't have brakes, and comes to find out the caliper was bad on one side. Had to get a new caliper. Turned around, I put the new caliper on, still didn't have brakes. Come to find out there was something clogging the other caliper on the passenger side, and they ended up cross-threading or messing up the bleeder when they put the bleeder in from previous people who owned the car or whoever worked on it before I did. It was just a mess. So, but to the two people that helped me work on that, thank you. I appreciate it very much. It means a lot to me for the help. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's see. Oh, there is going to be a little change into the channel. Nothing major. I'm kind of wanting to keep my channel where I talk about everything. Talk about my life. Talk about my recovery. Talk about what's going on in the world. Talk about what's going on in the YouTube world, because the YouTube world is the new cable now, it seems like. Talk about what's going on Facebook that other people don't see and I do. And now I noticed something that nobody really talks about except for in one little group, and that's it. And that is you got people talking about country rap, regular rap, everything. And then you got people that talks about missing people, that community. And then you got the racing community, and only you see videos about street racing and all that. So I'm going to try to do something once I go live, when I go live. And I will do videos before that too, like what I'm doing now, talking about what certain street racers are doing what. I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, because I don't want anybody to take my idea. But it's almost like a sports channel type deal. Let's just say it that way. It's almost like a sports channel where I will watch certain things and we will discuss about that race, what happened that night or what happened that day. Everybody's don't have to be at the track. I won't be at the track. I will just watch it on YouTube, because there is sometimes people will do live feeds when they're doing some street racing. So Maybe that might help with some people, because I do get people asking me, you know, there is a couple messages that I came across on Facebook. There's, oh, you do street race? No, I don't do street racing. I used to race on a track, a drag strip, back in my younger days, but I have not. I used to kind of street race back when I was a kid, but nothing like these guys do. Just my normal everyday vehicle I used to street race, and that's about it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So with that being said, I'm going to get off here, close up garage, close up shop, and because it's raining out. So if anybody has any requests on what kind of videos I should try to do, or reaction videos, either send me a video and I'll react to them, or just let me know what to look for and I will look it up on YouTube and I will do a reaction to it. Feel free to keep on asking me questions, and if you are new to the channel, this is what we do. Kind of talk about my daily life. I talk about everything that goes on in the world. I talk about all different kinds of stuff. We talk about cars. We talk about working on cars. We talk about my recovery. We talk about everything. And if you are just stopping by the channel just to watch bits and pieces, hit that subscribe button, hit that view, share button, hit that like button, whatever you want to do, hit it. Tell a friend, tell them to come over, check out the channel, whatever. It don't matter. And hopefully here soon I can get some moderators too. I got a couple people in mind that will I think they would be honored to moderate my channel with me and or for me. So I still got you guys in mind, and if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. But with that being said, Joker 1014 is out. I'm going inside. I'm going to chill with the wife and maybe watch a movie. With that being said, talk to you guys later. Always stay true to yourself. Always stay positive. And if something don't go your way, just step back, take a deep breath, and bust through that brick wall again. Much love. Talk to you later.